And an international reaction from John Graham, former US diplomat in the country. Mr. Graham, thanks for being with us. The Arab League's reportedly agreed, hasn't it, to ask the UN to impose a no-fly zone over Libya, giving NATO and its allies crucial backing. But that's going to mean maybe then the start of a military operation. Do you think it is the right decision when airstrikes would inevitably bring even more death?
Well, it's a difficult decision. It's not difficult militarily. The U.S. and NATO could, using their warplanes from the Sixth Fleet or land bases, could establish it. It would mean taking out Libyan air defenses, which would be an act of war, which makes it politically very difficult. If one of the planes should crash, one of the U.S. or NATO planes should crash, or there be a lucky shot from the Libyans, then airmen could be dragged through the streets like in Black Hawk Down in Somalia. So this is what the NATO and American leaders are thinking of. It's a politically difficult decision. Militarily, it would be relatively easy to do. My own feeling is that they should do it. They should take the risk and do it because it seems to me, from what I can hear from Al Jazeera, from CNN, that the Libyan warplanes are an important, if not a decisive element in pushing the rebels back. But that's a personal opinion.
Now, you worked in Libya for many years. What do you think the mindset is of Colonel Gaddafi tonight? You were there when he took power. Now, with the international community calling for him to surrender, that message seems to be growing by the day. Do you think he is listening? Do you think he's taking it seriously? Do you think, at the end of the day, he will step down?
No, I don't. As I said on your program a week or so ago, I did the first biographic reports on the man, and his attitude and behavior haven't really changed. He's a very mercurial, very erratic, and he views himself definitely as the father of his country and the rebels as disobedient children. And he's out to crush them, to teach them a lesson. And when he says that he will die fighting, I'm afraid he absolutely means it. So no, I don't expect him to give up, and especially now that apparently his forces are making some progress. I definitely don't see him giving up.
Yeah, and John, looking at the other side, EU leaders have shown support for Libya's Transitional National Council. France, earlier on this week, as we saw, officially recognising it even. Do you think international powers should be dealing with this rebel opposition, desperate band that they are?
Well, I think they should, because I know Gaddafi would like the world to believe that this is simply a civil war with a rebel band trying to take power from a legitimate government. I think most of the world sees it more like in Egypt, where you have an oppressive regime, people finally rising up to get rid of the man. And I think world opinion is definitely moving in that direction.
Now, John, really keen to get your views on this. For many people are sceptical over the humanitarian concerns, I say that in inverted commas, behind America's intentions in Libya. Do you think the response would be the same in a non-oil-rich region?
A very good question, Kevin. It may not have, it may not be. This is a real world out there. It's a tough world, and oil supplies are very important. I must say they are much more important. The Libyan oil supplies are much more important to the European nations than to America. We don't get much of our oil from Libya, but Europe does. So it's a tougher decision for them.
How do you think? Yeah, I was going to say, how do you think briefly this is going to play out in just 30 seconds, if you could?
Well, I'll tell you how I hope it doesn't play out. I hope it doesn't become another Somalia. The Libyans are very clear that they want our support, but they want us to keep our hands off their revolution. And if we intrude in too clumsy a fashion, or we intrude in an unwise fashion, then we will lose the support we have among the Libyan people, and then there could be a very dismal future with a prolonged civil war and a lawless state.
John Graham, really appreciate being on the programme. Former US diplomat to Libya, as you were. It's much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you.